All right, so I decided to do a very quick off-the-cuff vitamin supplement review. I think I should do more of these. I mean, it is a topic that I spent like the last 20 and more years learning about and very passionate about. I could talk for hours about this, but this isn't meant to be like a why take this or why this is important, really. It's just meant to give a quick review on some of the supplements that I've been taking. So here is a new one that I just started to take. Now, a lot of people are probably familiar with Dr. Berg on YouTube. He's got a lot of videos on there. I think he posts like almost daily. He posts quite often. I don't agree with every single thing that he says, but for the most part, he seems to be pretty solid. So I've been looking for a vitamin D supplement. And well, you know what? Before I get into this, let me first talk about what I was taking. So I have it set up on here. Now, I am a pretty big fan of Hammer Nutrition. I've actually been taking vitamins from them for a good solid 20 years, actually more than 20 years at this point. I think I started taking them when I was in high school. I graduated in 2003. But anyway, so here's what I was previously taking for vitamin D3 and a K2 formula. Let's just take a look and see what's in it. So this is $25 for a 30-month or 30-day supply. 1 month. So this is what you get right here. So vitamin D, it's 2000 IU. Now, what I liked about this is that you get two different forms of vitamin K2. Again, I'm not going to go into detail about the importance of the different versions of vitamin K2 and all that. I think most people didn't even know about the MK4 and MK7. I didn't even know about that until fairly recently. But yeah, vitamin K gets broken down quite a bit. Just like B vitamins and stuff like that. So anyway, there you go. I was taking that and I was about to place an order for more of these, but I just wanted to see, well, what else is out there. The problem is that when looking for other vitamin D and K supplements, and they pair them together because they go great together. So that's why I was looking for that. What I liked about this one is that you had both MK4 and MK7, but it's very rare to find both of these with a vitamin D. It's usually just one or the other. And unfortunately, this was one of those. However, I did some more research, and it seems to be okay to just take it as the one right here, especially if you eat a diet high in vitamin K2, like eggs, which is something that I do and highly recommend, especially pasture-raised eggs. But anyway, so I found this. Now, that was $25 for the Hammer Nutrition one. This is $35, but this is a 1 month supply, whereas this is a 120-day supply. So we're talking, well, what is that? Obviously 4 months, right? So yeah, much better. And it's 10,000 IUs. And what did I say this one was? 2,000? So you have that going for you. It's a little bit less, however, of the vitamin K MK7. I think it was, what was it, 120 or it was more than 100 micrograms, but whatever. I mean, still, you know, a great supplement for what you get there, especially for the price. So it also has some other things in here. I think they call them cofactors, just things that are good to take as a well-rounded supplement, and it helps each other, basically, whether it's absorption or utilization, whatever. So it's got some vitamin B6 in there, magnesium, which is also great for vitamin D, which most people might not know that. So yeah, and also zinc. Now, the one thing about this, so it's got 20 milligrams of zinc. So it's a little bit on the higher end. It's definitely over your daily value, which I don't believe is necessarily something you should always listen to. I mean, some vitamins more than others or minerals more than others, but it is higher. So if you wanted to take 2 of these capsules a day, then all of a sudden now you're taking 40 milligrams, which is a pretty hefty dose of zinc. And you don't want to go too overboard with zinc. And that's the problem with a lot of these supplements where you put a bunch of things together, is that it's great, but like, you know, one vitamin pairs well with another vitamin, but you need something else for that vitamin. And, you know, before you know it, you're getting too much of one thing. Like, for example, if you get a lot of zinc, you have to balance it out with copper, where there's no copper in here. So it's just something that you have to keep in mind. You always got to, you know, play around or dance around that line a little bit. So these things down here are just for absorption purposes. I mean, I guess you can take this on an empty stomach, and that's why they have these two things down there. But still, I mean, it's also, you know, it's a zinc supplement as well. You can consider it that. So $35, that's a pretty darn good deal, I think. Again, that's like 4 months worth if you take one a day. The downside again though is just that, if you're not getting any copper in your diet, well, I mean, you should be if you're eating whole foods, you're eating a lot of like red meat and stuff like that, which gets a bad rap, well, he talks about that a lot. Dr. Berg does. So might want to check that out. But yeah, so I would probably go with this. I can't really review something in the sense of like, oh, how does it make you feel? Because vitamins really shouldn't make you feel a certain way necessarily. Again, I'm not going to get into why it's really important to take a vitamin D3 supplement. I think you should get it through diet, and you should get it from the sun, and you should get it in supplementation, especially in our day and age if, most people don't even get a lot of sun. So, get all forms of it. It's great. What was I saying on that? I just lost my train of thought. But, yeah, I would consider this one. And yeah, that's what I was saying. You aren't really going to feel something by taking a vitamin for the most part, unless you already have a deficiency in something. So if you're very deficient in vitamin D, you're going to have the symptoms of it. You're going to have the effects of it, maybe depression, all kinds of other things. It's not just bone health. There's so much more involved with vitamin D. Again, I'm not going to make that the point of this video, but yeah, so I can't say like, oh, this is great because it made me feel this, or I'm super energized now. No, can't say that. But just look at the facts here. What's in it? That's important. I do like how they added the magnesium and the zinc. Maybe a little too much zinc, but whatever. I mean, $35, that's still a nice, well-rounded supplement. I mean, the other problem too is like if you're taking a different supplement, like a multivitamin, such as this right here. I don't know if I talked about it yet in this channel. Maybe I did, but I've been taking this on and off for over 20 years. One of my first supplements through Hammer Nutrition. So it's a very nice, well-rounded supplement, as you can see. But if I'm taking one of these, okay, I already got my zinc covered. And how much zinc is in here? That is 15 milligrams. So that's almost 20 right there. Yeah, so I'm, do I take a full set of these, which is 7 capsules, and then also take one of these? So you really have to consider that. I don't take 7 of these, by the way. If I take any, I just take a few a day, maybe 1 to 3, something like that, just so I get at least some of these nutrients outside of regular diet. So anyway, just some things to consider. I give it a thumbs up so far. Well, so I mean, again, how can I say so far? I'm not testing for its like, whether it makes me feel any different. But again, look at what you have here. 10,000 IUs versus the, what did I say? 2,000 IUs, or let me see that again. I don't want to give wrong information. So let's see here. 2,000 IUs, yeah. So it's definitely a bigger bang for your buck. You get far more for your money with the Dr. Berg supplement. I'd consider it. If you're not taking the vitamin D supplement, consider this one.